service centers do we have in this area, you think?
Currently, in San Joaquin County, from Tracy to Stockton, actually we have 6 of them.
6 centers.
Yeah, we have one in Tracy, we have one in Lodi, and 4 in Stockton.
And may I ask where in the 4 in the Stockton area?
Yes, one is on corner of Hammerland and Westland in the shopping mall.
Okay.
One is right here on the corner of Access and
Tam O'Shanter.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we have one in Southeast Stockton,
Okay.
and then we have one on the Kentfield.
Kentfield up north.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have one in a Pixie Wood area.
Oh, and one in
Lewis
Pixwood,
Park. Yes.
by Lewis Park there.
Yes.
Okay, so these are all community or neighborhoods where there's a lot of low income.
Yes.
And what you're saying is a lot of times these people don't have transportation, they have children, and it's a hardship for them to go downtown to get these services.
Yeah.
So here you have it right in the community for them.
Yeah. And they have been picked very strategically. When we were developing the center, we didn't say, well, we want to go and develop a center here.
Mm-hmm.
What we did is we looked at different kind of data. We put police reports, we put child protective services report, we looked at domestic violence, we looked at all, and we stacked them, and we came up with a hot spot.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of violence and a lot of things going on, gangs and things. Right there in the middle of it, we landed a family resource center.
Okay. So let's say if I was a parent that lived in that community, and I sense my child might kind of veer off, start hanging around with some other kids that might get in trouble in gang or things of that nature. Could I go to the center and ask for help?
Yes, the centers provide help to any families. It's basically low income, whoever the families come in, they are
Mm-hmm.
low income or not, they can come in and get services. But one of the thing in what the service center provide is a lot of time you see a family who has problem. So for instance, it's summer. Dad is working, mom is home, she has a 5-year-old, she has a 3-year-old, maybe she has a 9-year-old, and she has a 13-year-old. In summer, there's nothing to do in the neighborhood. So 13-year-old is hanging outside, and now he saw somebody's car.
Mm-hmm.
So he believed he could take it for a joyride. Okay, so he took it for a joyride. Police came and took, there's a car has been destroyed. Dad came tired from work. This domestic violence, 3-year-old who is going to a Head Start, now biting children because there's a lot of things going on in the house. So what happened is when this family is involved in the multiple system, every system from probation to everybody has a case manager who's working with this family. And everybody has a different demand. Service provider are not talking to each other, but they're demanding the things on the family. So what happened is when family come in the Family Resource Center, we want to find out who they are working with. So we bring everybody together, all the service provider they're working with.
You ask them all coming together.
Together,
wow.
okay, and then we develop a very comprehensive one plan with the feedback from the family, okay. So then one person take a lead with that family, and that's how we eliminate duplication. And other 4 case manager can pick up 4 more families.
Right.
It's a very empowering process for families also because they're sitting there talking to other service provider and say, well, you know what, if I need a parenting class, do we need to go to 3 parenting class to, satisfy you? Or is there a program that I can go to 1 parenting class, and what else do I need to do? So when we are talking about the Family Resource Center, it's not just being in the neighborhood, it's really working with the families and other service provider to help families move out of the situation they are in.
Okay. How to improve themselves and move out.
Yeah, and it's really basically integrating the services.
You mentioned about parenting classes. Can you expound, explain a little bit more? What do you mean by parenting? I know today we have a lot of young people who are mothers or parents, single parent, and they have children, but they themselves are children themselves almost. So when you say parenting classes, would this be kind of beneficial for some of these people?
Yes, and I think one of the things as a parent, I can tell you I have 3 boys, from 35-year-old to 19-year-old, and sometime I wonder if they have Did they came with a manual? Can I return them? All of us as a parent goes through those things. And one of the thing in the Family Resource Center, there are support group of the parents who talk to each other about the common similar issue. There are actually parenting curriculum, the parenting classes that you give, how to talk to your children, how to discipline them, how to take care of yourself so you are in better health to deal with your children. So yes, there are different kind of programs that people can take advantage of.
And then for these people to utilize this service, the criteria is one, they have to live in a neighborhood maybe, or they have to be low income, or
no, it's open for anybody who want to get the services.
Okay. And what are the hours on these services?
The Family Resource Centers, they're supposed to be open from 8 to 5, but basically families' needs does not end at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So they are open based on family need. So if families can come in the evening, then the Family Resource Center will be open in the evening.
Oh, wow. You guys trying to accommodate the community?
We have to accommodate the community.
Now, do you guys have a lot of staff, or how do you, who's working in these centers? They volunteer, or they get paid, or?
We have a lot of volunteers. One of the things what happen is our program is such a way when the families come in, first thing we do is we stabilize the family. And it's a 3-tier level. Stabilize them, engage them, involve them. When we are working with a family, we are stabilizing them. We kind of teach them that they need to give back. They need to provide the volunteerism. So we have over 200 volunteers who work in the Family Resource Center, from providing free income tax to parenting classes to putting on events to different things. So if we were running our centers with our staff, we would not have it. We are very lucky. The people who come in for services, they come back and provide the volunteer ourselves.
So when you say stabilize, so they come in, you're not here just trying to give them an aid and enable them. You're trying to teach them how to stand on their own 2 feet.
Yeah.
Then in return, they give back to someone else who may need help.
Yeah, in their community to bring the safety and everything.
Well, that's good. And then they themselves pick up some personal gratification and self-worth.
Yeah.
Now, you said something about income tax to me. Now, what's this income tax?
Well, that's something I think, somebody say income tax, my heart start going, beating. I don't like numbers, and I feel like it's a very hard thing. But no, we have, for last 7 or 8 years, we have been providing free income tax to the families who make $57,000 or less. In San Joaquin County, people don't make $57,000, but that's the criteria. We have over 200 volunteers. Our 40 volunteers are IRS, Internal Revenue Services certified, who help families, fill their income tax. So the families don't have to go to any of the places where they have to pay to get the services done. Because what happens is, when family goes, and if they are getting, somebody will tell them, you know what, I will get you $1,000 extra if you give me $200. Or if family is getting $1,000, they tell them, look, we are giving you $1,000, you're going to get it. The family may be getting $1,000 in 4 days later. They will give them that $1,000 advance, and they will have a high fee on it. So there are different things, And other thing is, they would not help them develop a spending plan. So what we do is, we call it's a volunteer income tax program. We use that as a door for families to come in, When families come in, our volunteer help them do a tax. And what we do is, we try to do earned income tax credit and child tax credit, which is new money that comes into our county. In this year, we have provided services to over 2,400 families, and we brought in $7 million into Stockton, and
Stimulate community.
Yeah, that stimulate community, that develop new jobs. But that's a part of the thing. But when the families come in, we have their capture attention. We can work with them. How about if you pay your health insurance, your children's health insurance, up front for a whole year? Do you
For information on the Community Partnership of San Joaquin and its programs, contact them at 209-444-4125. This has been Our Voice.